away the fact that it's my recipe. Okay?
Some people believe in chicken soup. Pearl thinks that oyster stew is the solution to humanity's problem.
It's too hot. We're gonna have to wait until it cools off. But guess what? It means this. We open the celebration with a little bubbly.
Champagne?
And what are we celebrating?
Well, what do you mean, what are we celebrating? Whoa! Is everybody all right?
Barely!
Yeah, our first contract. How do you like that? All right. I mean, we can't. Come on. We can't make 1,000 smackers and not have a little celebration. So, one for the gent. I seem to be spilling a little bit,
No
but
problem.
janitor will pick up the bill. And one for the lady. And one for safety's sake for the prima donna himself. Well, I'll tell you what. We may not be the Musketeers, but I would venture to say that the three of us will do glorious things here in Santa Barbara because you are a fantastic detective and we are fascinating people. Bottoms up.
I think you better get up now. The meter's running.
No, wait.
It's empty.
No, that's what you think. Here, this is, as big as the Ritz. As big as the rats at the Ritz. Give me your hand. Give me.
Mr. Timmons.
There, you know what this means now? It means, you belong to me. Oh, this is yours. We're engaged.
Thanks, but this is really so sudden.
Oh, no, come on. You were courteous enough to sit and listen to this whole proposal. You deserve it. It's more than I've had all along. My carriage is waiting. Well, you know, on second thought, I reconsidered this. You're much, too nice.
I would have done my best to change.
Oh, baby. I don't need a reformed saint. I need somebody rotten enough to really want to marry me, you know what I mean? Gotta be out there somewhere! I'll be calling you.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, my. Looks like you've done quite a bit of reconstruction since last night.
Well, I don't think I had any choice. At least nothing was stolen.
Well, what do you think? Took me an hour to put this together. I mean, do I look like the responsible young mother or what?
I've never seen a young mother look more responsible, but then most real young mothers don't have an hour to pick out their clothes.
You look real nice, too.
Thanks.
I don't think I've ever seen you out of your jeans before.
Yeah, well, I figured you weren't the only one who had to pass muster. You know, agencies like these probably scrutinize you down to your shoe shine. Of course, the one we're looking for actually probably only wants to know if you can afford a shoe shine.
And you thought it wouldn't be any good to take out an ad in the newspaper, and look how quickly we've gotten response.
Well, I stand corrected. I was thinking about it. These guys probably have to work real quick. They'll probably set up a deal someplace in an office and deliver the baby, and as soon as that's done, they probably blow town and set up someplace else under another name, which is what's going to make it tough finding Johnny.
But if we just make contact with one illegal agency, that could lead us to others.
Yeah, maybe. Keep your eye on the time, will you? I don't think prospective parents should be late.
And we must possess that rare combination of enthusiasm and wisdom that make up the ideal parent. Think we can handle that?
Well, I can. I know. I spent the morning watching old reruns of Father Knows Best.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, if that doesn't work, I don't know
Really?
what
If that...
will.
Oh, which reminds me, we almost forgot.
What?
Even more important than parental wisdom.
How pretty.
Yeah.
I have some out in the car that I was going to use, but these are much nicer.
And quite a bargain, I must say, at $12.50 for the set.
Oh, that's amazing. I now pronounce us Mommy and Daddy.
I'll never forget when you gave this to me. Someday there'll be a wedding ring to go with it, just like we planned. It's a promise to you as well as to myself. I'm gonna walk down that aisle with you, Cruz. No wheelchair, no crutches. I'm gonna do it for both of us.
Damn you, King! I'll never forgive you for this.
Before we go,
Well, I don't suppose it would hurt to get our answers together about the questions they might ask us about our wonderful life together.
well, if these people are the operators that we think they are, they're just going to want to know one thing about us.
How much money we make.
Right.
Well, have we decided about occupations? I mean, if we say we're private detectives, that might tip our hand.
I'm a computer analyst.
What's the name of the company you work for?
AccuSystems. And I started out in their San Francisco branch, and then 5 years ago I transferred here. I'm in applications now.
That's good. I buy that.
And you, Mr. Carrillo, what is it that you do for a living?
Well, actually, I'm a zookeeper by trade. I have to commute to San Diego, but it's worth it when you love marsupials as much as I do. I'm in wombats, specifically.
You know, this really isn't like you. You don't usually joke around while you work.
Well, I don't know. There's
Ever.
just something about the idea that this guy's going to be making judgments about the whole fabric of my life. It brings out the rebel in a guy, you know.
Woo! What a day, I feel great.
Hi.
Not a cloud in the sky. How you doing, Eleanor?
Good morning, Carmen.
Water. Water.
You ought to stretch first, Pearl. Come on.
Water. Liquid. Now. Pronto.
You mean you couldn't even keep up with my little baby sister, pal?
What are you talking about, man? She ate my dust the whole way.
Hey, you should have told me you weren't used to running 6 miles.
I ran 6 miles. Hurry! Hurry! Somebody take my blood pressure before the ambulance comes.
Pearl.
I just want all of you to know how happy I am to be dying in the presence of friends.
Hey, what are you two dressed up for? You look like you're gonna go join a country club or something.
Well.
And what are those?
What?
Those! The big rock and the other one. Hey, you've been holding out on this girl.
Oh, well, I was going to tell you. It's just that I just got them this morning. Cruz gave them to me.
Cruz Castillo, my brother.
Oh, no, wait a second. That's cute. That's real cute. Those are props. Ellen and I, we're gonna pose as a married couple in an adoption agency.
Oh, yeah. Sweet pea, I forgot to tell you that that's another ploy to find Brick Wallace's son, right?
Oh, I wish it wasn't a ploy. Two such gorgeous people ought to be Mr. and Mrs. Somebody for real. Cruz.
Hi. Listen, we're terribly sorry. There was a mix-up at my office, and we just got your message a little while ago.
Oh, perfectly all right. I just got here myself. How do you do?
Oh, fine.
And Mrs. Carello, how are you? Just fine, thank you. Shall we go inside?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Normally, I don't like to change plans at the last minute, but I was going to be in this area, and so I thought, well, why don't we have this meeting on your ground, as it were? Oh, well, I'm glad. Will you please have a seat? And may I get you something? No, thank you. I'd like to start the interview right away, if you don't mind.
Oh, not at all.
First of all, how long have you been married?
Well-
It'd be 3 years in August. Well, you were going to say something, Mr. Carello?
No, I just, has it really been 3 years? It doesn't seem that long.
Time flies when you're having fun. And, why is it that you wish to adopt? Well, I had to have a hysterectomy a few months ago. Oh, I see. But I'm in perfect health now, and we're really very ready to have a child, aren't we, darling?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Nice day. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you. Do you mind if I just rest here a while? I didn't scare you, did I?
Just not used to seeing people on this part of the beach. It's usually pretty private.
Oh, it's private. I didn't see any signs.
There aren't any. It's just that this area is usually mostly used by people who live around here.
Well, I guess by that, you must live around here.
My brother does. I'm just staying with him for a while. That's his house, the one with the deck off to the side.
So are you here on vacation?
Not exactly. I'm here for a lot of reasons. Partly to get away from my mother. We're not getting along too great.
It's pretty usual for someone your age.
Just making me crazy. You know, where are you going? When are you going to be home? What's the number? Who's going to be there? I come here and find out that my brother's just as bad as she is.
He and she, they probably just want to keep you safe.
They want to keep me under lock and key and pour it out of my skull is what they want to do.
The world's a pretty dangerous place, especially for a young person.
I can take care of myself. Just trying to tell my brother that. See, he used to be this cop, and all he ever saw were kids who were totally just gone, always in trouble. And he has this one-sided view now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I mean, don't get me wrong, my brother's a really good guy. I mean, really good. He spent all his life, you know, helping people. I guess that's why he became a cop. Not a cop anymore, though.
No?
No, he gave it up a few months ago. Gave up a lot of things.
Why is that?
He was in love with this beautiful woman. She was more than beautiful. She had it all. And they were going to get married. She was in a plane crash and she died.
It's too bad. You know, but people get over tragedies, even death. One day they meet someone.
You gotta be kidding. He doesn't even look at anybody else. There's this girl, this woman that works in our office. Her name is Eleanor. She's smart, gorgeous. She's really nice. I mean, I see the way she looks at Cruz. I know she wouldn't mind if he got interested. He treats her about the same way he treats me.
Eleanor, huh?
Yep.
Well, that might change soon.
I don't know. Some people, they don't get over things. Cruz loved this lady for a long time. I don't think he could stop even if he tried. You know?
Yeah, I do.
So...
Oh, no, Mr. Corello. We simply match up the adoptive parents with the pregnant mothers. After that's done and our fee is paid, any further arrangements are between you and the mother.
Financial arrangements? Do you
Well, if need be, and any future provisions, such as whether you want the child to meet with its natural mother. You should consult an attorney about that, of course.
Of course. So, really, your company's involvement is rather limited, isn't it?
Well, I have two things to establish. One, that the pregnant mother is physically and mentally healthy, and two, that the prospective parents, such as yourself, are suitable and responsible for the important position as parents. I can already guarantee the first thing. The second thing is to ascertain your suitability.
Well, obviously, your company is extremely above board. Legitimate, I'd say. I'll tell you what, I think that we should talk this over, my wife here and I, and then we'll get back to you in a little while and set up another meeting for the near future.
Oh, but Mr. Corello, I don't understand. We're here right now. Why don't we just finish the interview?
Well, Mrs. Riggs, you see, I have some pressing business obligations.
Well,
so
I'm sure this will just take a few more minutes. Now, what is it that you wanted to know?
Well, you've both indicated that you both work. What sort of arrangements would you make to care for the child while you're away?
Arrangements? What sort of, well, what? There's a daycare center not too far from here. I'm sure you passed it at the light coming in.
Daycare? What can you be thinking about? Our child will have a nanny, just as I did. In-home care is absolutely essential in my book.
Well, I didn't realize you felt so strongly about your book.
What about school when the time comes?
Well, that's a long way off. I don't see why we have to talk about school now.
It is never too soon to talk about school. It will be private education all the way. Probably even a boarding school, starting at 8th or 9th grade.
Excuse me, a boarding school? Let me tell you something, pal. No kid of mine is going to be carted out to some damn boarding school.
Oh, really?
Perhaps Mr. Corello was right about a meeting sometime in the future. It appears the two of you have a few things to iron out. Why don't you call me?
Whoa.
Hey, you okay?
Sure, why?
You look all zonked out. Maybe you ought to stay in one place till it wears off.
Till what wears off?
Whatever.
What, you think I'm some sort of pothead?
Look, I don't care what you do with your life.
Hey, I know exactly what I'm doing, little girl. My mind is as clear as a bell.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it, okay?
You know, sometimes we gotta do things we don't want to do. It's a matter of deciding what's best for the majority. I didn't come into this world to bring any suffering to anyone.
Sure, of course not.
You don't understand. I don't expect anybody to understand. I just know it has to be done.
Sure, as long as you don't come back.
I thought I saw you out here. Who was that you were just talking to?
Some freaked out hippie. He was harmless, but weird.
Carmen, what are you doing out here? Aren't you supposed to be at work answering the phone?
Well, it was slow. Pearlie said I could take the rest of the day off.
Put your clothes on and go back to work, will you please?
come on,
Hey, look, I don't
Cruz.
pay you to have Pearl do all the work.
Well, so why can't you go back?
Because I'm the boss. Now, we're gonna go to lunch. When we get back, we expect to find you there making friends with the filing cabinet, if it's not too much to ask.
Yeah. See why you want to have lunch with him.
And don't start with me, you know, don't tell me about how I talked to her, will you?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Well, that's a surprise. I figured after this morning that you and I are about 2,000 or 3,000 years apart in the way we related to bringing up children.
Cruz, come on. Now, you know we were just having fun with Mrs. Riggs there. In fact, I think in reality we might agree on just about everything.
Yeah, well, I doubt that.
Well, why don't we just sit down here and discuss it?
Discuss what?
Compatibility. I think I might surprise you. Okay, what about music then?
Okay, music. Salsa, Tex-Mex, and what used to be called L.A. country rock.
Maybe something a little more complex.
Like what?
Well, like, how do you feel about Von Karajan? He's my all-time favorite conductor.
Von who?
All right, moving right along to the next category.
Have you noticed, Eleanor, this is not working out too well?
No, I just think we haven't hit the right area yet. Let's move on to food.
What kind of food do you like?
Nouvelle cuisine. Give me a little sole and some baby carrots. And I'm in heaven. How about you?
You need a magnifying glass to see the portions. When you make a reservation at a Nouvelle cuisine joint, you got to eat before you go.
Okay, so skip the main course. I'm sure we can agree on a dessert. Give me anything chocolate.
Too sweet.
Books.
Raymond Chandler.
The man is a barbarian next to someone like Le Carré.
You see what? Look, Kara, you see what I'm talking about? If this were a test, we would flunk it. You and me, it don't happen. You see what I'm saying? This bodes ill for our chances of pulling off this scam as appearing to be a couple.
Don't be ridiculous. There are couples and there are couples. Some of the very happiest ones I know are living proof of the old maxim.
What is that?
Opposites attract.